Hello everyone. I should be live now, but just give me a sec. I just need to fix my setting. YouTube is giving me some trouble. I am multi-streaming, by the way. And just to talk about my life for a little bit. I took a risk recently. I dropped a lot of my clients just to make sure I have more time with content creation. Actually, give me a sec, guys. I'll be right back. I just need to announce that I'm live. All right. So yeah, I was just trying to make more time for myself so I have more time to grow the channel. And it's a big risk for me because it is my full-time job as a manga artist for everybody else except for myself, right? And until recently. So it's kind of scary, especially that I have no income. I have money saved up anyway, so don't worry about me. Um I am trying to get a little bit more of a sensible read on my finances. I had some plans that I got to cancel now just to focus and sacrifice a lot of my security for the future of the channel, because I believe that eventually it will or fruit it will bear fruit more than what I'm eating at the moment, if that makes sense. Um, so yeah, that's what's going on with me. I'm a bit stressed out, of course. I mean, who wouldn't be stressed out if you don't have any income? But just to keep you guys up to date, I am now again drawing more pages. This would mark, I think, 23 pages for the next chapter, which I will be releasing once I finish this one. Okay, I promise. I promise that everybody will get to read my story. Hopefully, people do read my story. I don't know. Am I audible? Let me just check my LB. I should be audible. But well, I've been working for this for so long, and I've been apprehensive of releasing anything at all to the public with a story because I've been so insecure about my storytelling. But I think I'm at the point right now that I'm just about ready to do that. I've written up a good story, at least good to me. It needs a little bit more refining. Again, I need more time to do this. I can only finish at least 7 to 9 pages a week, depending on how busy I am that week. This week, I'm only doing 7, for example. So I'll probably do more pages. I'll do more pages um, if I have time. I think I should have time. I think I should be able to finish all of the pages, all these 7 before the week ends. And yeah, we'll do at least 2 more, 1 or 2 more, yeah. But if you guys followed me, I think you should know where the story is at right now with all the characters that I've introduced. I've actually abandoned that story. Well, not abandoned it, but I'm moving that story to another chapter. Instead, I'm starting all over again from the start. I think I've mentioned it before, but maybe it's worthwhile mentioning it again. I've moved the story to my main character's origin. So this is in a different place. Right now, we're no longer in Virgil Village. We are in Inahikari Plains. It's a farmland in the like Kishi region of my map, and it's more Japanese themed. When Virgil Village was more French and Spanish themed, and I wanna add a bit more to the story where we actually find and develop the why the characters, the why of the story, why our characters are doing what they're doing. And it all starts here in this chapter. So this would be my definitive chapter 1. I really am apprehensive of doing this because I've been drawing chapter ones after chapter ones. You know what I mean? I've been canceling it. I mean, sorry, not canceling it. I've been rewriting it over and over again. That I've changed the story so much by starting over and over. But I promise this will be the last one. Um, I think the previous pages that I've drawn are more like rehearsals to what I'm doing now. Okay, if that makes sense. What I mean by rehearsals is that they were all just practice to the real thing. Because I'm pretty new to writing when I started this, and I've learned so much since then that I think now really my confidence is um a bit higher than what I did when starting this. Because I want to make it right. More than anything, I want to make the story good. Okay, and well, that's why I cut a lot of the details of the art. I could draw a lot better when it comes to the quality that I'm making it right now. Right, I can render this in gray. I could probably color this even, make it more artsy, for lack of a better word. But my artwork is gonna take a back seat to my writing. Okay, so that's why I'm just drawing this purely in black and white. Well, technically, it's not purely in black and white. I've added a little bit of grays here and there now, just a little bit. Okay, like a 1% gray, just to make it a little bit easier for myself. Darren Studios, hey man, what pen display are you using? I'm using the Huion Canvas 22 Pro. I think it's Pro, or was it Plus? But it's a 22-inch Huion tablet. Um, yeah, it's this is my second display tablet now. I think the second, yeah. I've had plenty of drawing tablets before though, and I started off that, but I think I've had this for a year. Yeah, a good year, and it hasn't given me any problems at all. My first one though was another Huion, and that gave me some color issues, and it got worse and worse over time. So I had to buy another one. I just realized they're all closing their eyes. I'm gonna have them open. Hit this guy's eye. Oh, she looks crazy. Ah, these are just background characters anyway. I like it. If you're planning to buy a graphic tablet, a display tablet, um, go for it. But I wouldn't recommend it unless you're doing this seriously. Especially don't buy a. I wouldn't recommending you buy a what you call it a Cintiq, because those are really expensive unless you're a professional. You get paid to do this thing. is what I mean by professional. Only then would I consider buying one of those things. Now I'll add all the hatching lines at the end of the process. Right now I'm just focused um on the line work, yeah. Nice. I just joined your Discord a couple of days ago. I wish you the best. Hopefully, I will be able to make my one shot. Yeah, I think I remember you saying something like that on my Discord. Was it on my Discord? But yeah, man, you should finish your one shot. If you ever need help, just let me know. DM me, or my channels are always free. I'm no snob. Just make sure you have a clean, well thought out script, and always account for revisions. Because right now I'm thinking about these 4 pages, right? Well, I'm cooking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, six. This would be a landscape shot, a massive landscape shot, a full page spread, and so that would make 7 pages. These three are just client work. Don't count these three. It's not been finished yet, but 7 pages. And I'm already thinking that I could probably put a page in between this page and this page, just to flesh out the party, because this is a party scene. They arrive at this place and they're greeted by the mayor, um and they just have a good time, and there's a speech here by the mayor thanking our main character, who is carrying a lot of things in this panel, and more speeches. And I want to give more time for them to mingle and play, have more character development. So I may include a page between this and this, because this page over here is already transitioning to the following day, which is a bit, I feel like it's a bit abrupt. But I thought of that after the fact, after while I was paneling these, sketching it. It's like, okay, this might need a bit more time. So make sure you have a good script, and then account for revisions after that. Always take a step back from your drawing, and see what's happening. See what could be better. I think this mug is out of place. I'm gonna make him hold it here instead. And if you have a good script, man, that's already more than half the battle. Yeah, trust me. The drawing phase might take longer, but it's gonna take you a lot longer if you end up not liking your script. So you need to be able to visualize your one shot. Okay, we'll add some food stuff here. This is just, there's no dialogue here. It's just implied that they're laughing at something. This guy is supposed to be pointing here, but compositionally speaking, it doesn't look good, because we don't know what he's doing, right? It's just implied that way. Hi, I just ran into your channel the other day, and have really been enjoying your videos. Keep up the great work. Thanks, man. That means a lot. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That really encourages me to make more videos. I actually have a couple of my videos lined up already, because I've been improving on my editing skills, and I want to pump out at least a video a week. Okay. So yeah, Hopefully, I can make good with that promise. I'm really excited about the channel. It's growing really fast, and my last video did really well, or is still doing really well. I'm really happy about it. I'm really hype. But more than anything, I think seeing my Discord channel grow in numbers, even though it's not as active as it used to be, I'm still trying to bring in more people and be active, as much as I can there, as also my socials. Um, I'm really new to this social media game. It's kind of hard. It looks easy, You just what are you doing? You're just posting things on your phone, but it's about like trying to remember this. Where I get a post today, because that's what the sites wants, right? They want you to interact and post stuff. Otherwise, you'll be forgotten. So that part is really hard for me. I mostly do things in color, like webtoons or webcomics, but when it comes to screen tones, I get some challenges due to my making it look like manga. That I don't think that's be a problem. I think you can just make do with that. Whatever you feel comfortable. If you don't like screen tones, then don't use it. If your medium is a webcomic, then go for it. I think the only difference there is just the style, the style of the format of the like the actual page, right? It's different from the manga panel per panel than webtoons are set up. It's more like mobile friendly, while manga is more book friendly. Um, but that's the only difference with them. Okay, the pacing, the storytelling, this everything else is actually the same. Okay, even in comic books, in Western comic books, it's the same. It's just a different um type of delivery is what I would say, right? But the all the fundamentals of storytelling and art are all the same. Fantastic! Can't wait to see what you're cooking. Can you smell what I'm cooking? Nah, well, this story, I'm really happy with this story now. Because I'll show you what it used to look like. Okay, this is. Oops, wait, hold on. That's my Daredevil stuff. Give me a sec. Whoops, where are my pages? So this is the one shot that I submitted on Kodakawa's World Manga Contest. I'm not sure if you can see. Okay, you should be able to see. And this story starts off in the middle, maybe at the a little bit more than halfway point of the entire script. Okay, and I started here because I wanted to tell a story where we pick up in the middle of the story, one of those things. And I ended up did not liking it. I still like the story of this entire thing. What I don't like is that it doesn't give you a lot of context as to what's happening. We're just put in right in there in the middle of it all. And another thing I don't like is that I feel like I'm shoehorning a lot of the explanations. Like it feels so forced. For example, we have this character explain what a señor is. As a señor is a title in this world of like one of the most powerful individuals. So this guy over here is Señor Nestor. Our main character doesn't know it, and this guy here, the bystander, quote unquote, explains it to her. But that feels really forced to me. I mean, why doesn't she know it, right? She lives in this world. Why doesn't she know it? Why does it have to be explained to her? And so I don't like that. It feels like it's forced. Another thing is my power system here. It gets explained. By the way, these are some action stuff. I love the action here, but again, the action feels forced. Because and also it makes the hero a bit of an asshole, which I don't like. I wanted her to be hot headed, because I pair her with this character over here, Aki, which is the leveled headed one. So this is going to be a duotagonist, two main characters, right? Like Alphonse and Ed in Full Metal Alchemist. So we have the hot-headed girl and the level-headed boy, which I think I drew him a lot younger here too. Anyway, so I don't like how this fight starts because it makes her look like an asshole and unlikable, really. So that feels forced too. It's like I was rushing things to get to the action, right? I love this page though. And also, yeah, my power system. It should. It feels forced where I explained it here again. Another forced thing. This should be. It should feel natural, you know. It feels a little bit natural, but it should. I think I could have done a better job explaining this thing. The rune coins and all that good stuff. And yeah, this escape also feels really rushed because I just wanted to move the story really quickly. And the ending feels a bit rushed too. But I like the point of the ending where it transitions to something else. So yeah, again, it feels so rushed. I don't like it as my chapter one. And when I get to this part of the story, I might rewrite a lot of the stuff because it's those things are already naturally explained. I hope to naturally explain them while the story progresses, if that makes sense. Sorry, bit of a tangent there. Well, not really a tangent, but I explained a lot. Hopefully that made some sense to you all. Fantastic! One way to see what you're cooking. Then come time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you give me a sec, guys? My my microphone is about to fall off. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Sorry. Back to the drawing. So now, um, I'm starting with her origin, and this way, the everything else we see her experience everything for herself. It's not just explained to us by another person. We actually see her acquire the knowledge, like how she learns about the seniors, instead of it being explained by somebody else, which I think I like more. um this looks really weird. Okay, you know what, she's supposed to be drinking this beer. It's supposed to be beer, okay, but it looks weird. Why does it look weird? Maybe wait, let me duplicate that. Maybe we'll erase this hand or make the hand hold the beer. Wait, should be something like this. I think I'm gonna get rid of this hand entirely. Okay, and make the other hand hold it. It feels natural, especially because that's her left hand. That's his left hand, right? And just make her put her hand down like this. In this week's pages too, I'm gonna explain the power system, which should be this page explains it in great detail. Actually, these two pages. So here post about AI graphical prompters wanted. Lol, I bet I can make a portfolio in 1 hour. Seems kind of funny though. That was a client who it was looking for a AI prompter, and the point of that post is that it's getting kind of scary, where there are now clients. Well, there have been clients that are looking like that, but there are more and more clients that I find that are more interested in getting AI, quote unquote AI artist, right? Um, so yeah, it's it's happening, guys. But I'll give you my opinion on AI. Okay, I think there are two. I have a duality. I have two faces when it comes to art. There's Jingo, the artist, who is always I'm the purist in me. That's the purist in me. The art is like a human activity. It's sacred, and AI has no place in it, right? That's the AI. That's the artist in me. But then there's the professional in me. Okay, and when I say professional, I just mean like I'm a paid a paid artist, which is a bit different from just being a an hobby artist or just doing art for yourself, things like that, right? Because now you're working for somebody, and now you're making art as a product instead of a um what's a good word for that? Instead of like a visual like it's like entertainment for your eyes, right? And for the soul. Now you're making art for other people. That's like a product. And unfortunately, you are not competing with other people anymore. You're competing with AI. And the only way, and I regret saying this, okay? The only way you can actually compete with that is if you use AI when it comes to looking for a job as a artist, because that's just how it is right now, right? The landscape, the job market is changing, and it's unfortunate. I don't want that to happen, but it is going to happen. No matter how much you boycott AI, it's gonna happen. And as you can see, it's already happening, right? With that post that I made, people are looking for AI artists over real artists. And I say AI artists with, quotations mark there. And it is scary. Yeah, definitely scary. Yeah, kind of like when digital art was in its infancy. It's very similar. I think there are some use cases, like real use cases for AI when it comes to art. And I'm not just talking about prompting an image and then call it a day, right? Um, but I believe we can find a middle ground there. I don't know what that looks like yet. Okay, to be honest with you, but there has to be one, because if you want to survive the job economy, the market, the art job market, you gotta find that middle ground. Because again, you're no longer competing with artists. You're competing with AI now, with a machine, and that's gonna be a different kind of monster to fight. Okay, you're not gonna be able to boycott your way out of it. For sure, it makes me wonder what the artistic landscape is going to look like in 5 years' time. I'll tell you what it will look like. My prediction. Okay, now this is just my opinion, of course, but I believe, well, maybe not in the next 5 years. Let's say in the next 10 to 15 years. I believe AI is is going to be a great filter. I think I talked about this on my other video. It is a great filter, and which is will weed out average amateur artist, and it will only leave the the really good ones, right? When I'm just talking about art as in like the job market and in terms of profession as a profession, okay? I mean, it's not gonna get rid of artists at all because I'm not doing this to make a beautiful image. That's just the end product. The process of it is what actually I'm after, right? This what you're looking at right now, me drawing it line by line. This is what gives me pleasure, and no amount of AI is going to replace that. Okay, no amount of AI is going to replace the pleasure that I get from actual drawing. And I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm only talking about the the job market when it comes to art. Okay, so in the next 10 to 15 years, AI will bring like an insane amount of artists that will transcend what they are capable of at the moment. I think I made an analogy between like when photography came. Well, this was a long time ago, right? But it predates a lot like digital art. I think you can consider photography. No, it's not digital. Okay. Anyways, when photography came, the art that came out of that to match photography was photorealism. And look how crazy that is, right? The how like these photorealism artists, they're insane, okay? Now I predict that in the future, something like that will come out of AI. From the challenges that AI images poses to actual real artists like human artists will have to adapt in a way that will transcend the another. It will open another level of doors of what is possible for humans, right? If that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Do I sound drunk at the moment? For sure, it makes me wonder what the artistic landscape is going. But the thing is that right now I'm already seeing that with myself. You know, when I'm drawing hands, I'm always careful not to draw the wrong kind of hands, right? Like to be accused of using AI. So I'm already even conscious of my own art because of what's happening now, and I think that's a good thing. Um, not it just it doesn't happen with just hands too, because there are some AI isms for art, right? Quote unquote AI isms. You know, like the fold of the clothes has to make sense now. Like I'm a lot more conscious with that, and I'm conscious about the patterns that I'm making. That it's not just some random stuff that looks AI, because those things didn't used to be that way. Okay, I didn't used to be that way. I was like, okay, so I just make a pattern here. I don't even care if the pattern looks the same on the other side. But now, because I don't want any AI isms in my art, I'm a lot more conscious with that, and I think it's making me a better artist. So imagine that kind of growth, but span it for the next 10 to 15 years. And I think the challenge that AI poses with to us humans will bring out better artists in the future. And just to be clear, I'm not talking about prompters, you know. I'm talking about real artists. But if you look at the controversy with the DLSS 5 tech from Nvidia, the AI was adding shadows and highlights that doesn't match the world or making them older. Yeah. It loses a lot of I'm familiar with this controversy. It loses a lot of the design elements of the of art, you know, because those lighting effects were placed there by an actual person for a reason, to enhance this the cinematic feel of the scene, like that Resident Evil Claire, was her name Claire? I don't remember her name. Was her name Claire, right? The blonde chick, the short hair blonde chick. When he's in the street, when she's on the street, and a lot of the lighting, a lot of the yellow lighting in the back is kind of lost on her. Well, those yellow lighting in the back was put there for a reason, to enhance the like, to make her pop out a little bit, a lot more. And it's DLSS 5 kind of loses that, which is, you know, it's not good. Grace. Oh, where did I get Claire from? Was it from Claire Obscure? I think I was thinking of Claire Obscure. And then yeah, it's Grace. So yeah, again, it's not just the looks of it. I mean, it looks, some of it looks good. Like I like the DLSS 5 when it comes to the background stuff. All the background stuff looks really good, but when it comes to the faces, it's just I don't know, man. It's a hit and miss, mostly miss. Okay. Well, I saw the Assassin's Creed one where the landscape improves on, like the sweeping landscape shots. It was really good. I wonder what that would look like on Cyberpunk. Yeah, Resident Evil 2. And it's not just that too, it's also the art direction that's lost. Um um it replaces a lot of the artistic choices, and it just gives you an AI filter. I mean, I can't imagine Overwatch, for example, having that um having DLSS 5, right? But freaking they'll just look normal, like normal humans. That's boring. Overwatch has a really specific art style, and I think it's part of the appeal, right? I'll just finish this panel and then I'll go and review. I think I have some submissions from Discord from 2 weeks ago because I've been absent again for the week, or it's just having trouble balancing my life schedule. But I got a few submissions, mostly from half bees. I'll review them afterwards, okay? Just this panel. It happens, life gets busy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I gotta prioritize being a dad first. Because the reason why I haven't been streaming is because I've been having problems with my son's sleeping schedule. It's kind of messed up. It's okay. Part of life. It's also very fun going back to the story because if you've seen this thing here, where is it? Oops, no, not that one. Wait. If you've seen her here, she has short hair and a different outfit. But it was really fun going back to her origin story, which is what I'm drawing right now, and giving her a different hairstyle, different outfit, you know. And I'm thinking every arc will have her wear something else, as well as the other character. There is a problem with this though. I don't think I explained my world too well here. I'll have to cross that bridge once I finish the entire page. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud at the moment. Okay, that looks good. Then you guys give me a sec, okay? Wait, I need to find something in my Instagram. Um, I'm looking for a specific artwork that I want to show you guys, but I can't find it anymore. Forgot what it was called, or what the artist was named, or what the name of the artist was. But it had a really cool artwork. Ah man, I probably saved it, but it's been a while. So I'm like scrolling down my Instagram. Come on, where are you? I'm pretty sure I saved it somewhere. Hmm, I don't think I'll be able to find it. Okay, one more scroll. Nope. Come on. Yeah, okay, I can't find it. Never mind. Maybe one more scroll. Nope. I think I'm almost there. Give me a sec, guys. Uh, all right, never mind. I can't find it. I want to show you guys some really cool artwork with a lot of just black and white stuff, and it was really good. Damn, I can't find it. Eh? I keep telling myself just one more scroll, you'll be able to find it. You mentioned Discord. Somewhere find the link. Oh, I should post the link. Yeah, you're right. I forgot to do that. Um, give me a sec, okay? I keep telling myself just one more scroll, just one more scroll. You'll find it. Just one more scroll, but it's never there. Okay, I give up. I give up. Okay, here is the Discord channel. Um, I'm gonna pin that just in case anybody wants to join. One more scroll. No, no, I can't find it. Still can't find it. All right, I really do give up. I give up now. One more scroll. All right, it's not there. I'm gonna I'm gonna give up, and I'm just gonna review some of the submissions this week. Give me a sec, okay? I'm just gonna prepare it. Which manga greatly inspired your style, and what parts of your art process or character or environment shows that? I think the most influential artist, in my opinion, is this guy or this girl right here. Kamome Shirahama from Witch Hat Atelier or Witch Hat Atelier. This is her art book. I can't believe I found this. I didn't even know this existed, okay? But I've been reading her mangas for a while now. I haven't finished the manga, but I know this one anime. But her manga really inspired me to. Well, it inspired my art style. Okay, especially her paneling. Give me a sec. I'll show you because her paneling inspired um my pages the most. I mean, this is one of her pages. Let me show you a good page. Let me look at this page, right? Look at this page. See that? Look at how she panels. Such a beautiful way to panel with the frame. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you a bit more. When you just flip to any page here, and look at this thing. Instead of showing you that they're talking, it's showing you what they're talking about. The key free here is it's drawn really magically, right? And that's how she panels. What else? Let me just drew to a random page here because her paneling style really influenced me a lot. Like this panel here. See how it's like framed? So cool, right? I do that a lot with my earlier pages too, but I should be doing that again, which I do on my own way now. Okay, I've developed out of it that now I have my own style of paneling, but she was one of the earlier influence that I had. Um, but what really influenced me to draw or start my own manga is this guy over here. Give me a sec. This is a must read for all mangakas. Oops, it's upside down. This is a must read for all mangakas. Okay, who wants to start a manga? It's the author is from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and this is not a manga. Okay, this is an actual textbook, but this inspired me to actually move and start writing my own stuff and draw pages. Okay, I got this last year, and this has been like the thing that changed my life. Okay, whenever I make it one day, when I'm just imagining, fantasizing about myself trying to be being successful, and I'm being interviewed. It's like what book or what inspired you to do what you do? I'm gonna refer to this thing because this really is the prime mover of why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay, and it talks about a lot of really useful things in the way you draw manga, the way you tell a story, and the way you write characters, things like that, right? And world building stuff, and just a lot of really good information, just to get you started. So yeah, get that if you can. Make that in your Bible, okay? Because I still keep rereading this thing. It's really useful if you want to get into manga. Um, godlike paneling, yeah, it is really good paneling. You see some of my pages here. I'll show you some of them that really influenced that are really obvious that came from Kamomi Shirahama. Um, hold on. Wait. They're just trying to look for a better panel. like this right here, right? I mean, this mural, like I'm showing you what he is, this person here is saying, instead of just letting him explain it. I'm showing you what he is explaining. And this prison scene, see how I shaped the panel into a prison bar, and also added these details like some cockroaches, some nails, some maybe oh, hold on, maybe a random wanted poster in the side, a rat here, things like this, right? Again, I'm highly inspired by Kamami Shirahama's work. Another mural here. I usually do the murals things, the frame, when I'm introducing a character or a place. This is very Kamami Shirahama too. More of this here. I'm introducing the scenario, what's happening, adding some mountains in the background just to really sell the scene. And instead of paneling her, she's like drawn out of panel. I'm using her background as a texture, and also as a like a guiding. It's like a guiding thing where you see her. It's hard to explain, right? It's making her a lot more clear. Sorry, my English is not working today. Now, did I do any more of this? Anyway, I don't think I did. I don't think I ever finished this chapter. Yeah. All right. Anyways, that's some of my work there. I've never heard of them before. Maybe have to check them out. Some of their work. Yeah. It's really good. I believe WeChat Atelier is getting an anime now, which I haven't watched really. I kind of don't want to watch it. I know, right? A big fan, but I'm not gonna watch the anime. Not yet, at least. Okay, I want to finish reading the manga first, because I've already started it, and I think watching the anime will just ruin that manga reading. Well, to be fair, they're not really caught up to where I am in the manga now, so maybe I will watch it. Now that I think about it. Hmm. Oh yeah, the Discord thing. Sorry, I totally forgot. Let me just prepare this, okay? Give me a sec. We'll be reviewing some of my Discord members' work. There's only like two of them who submitted, anyways. Again, it's very small Discord group. So let's just start with this. This is from my regular user, Half Piece 88. And I've seen some of his earlier drawings. I'm gonna say some of the same details that I've given him, the same criticism that I've given him so far, which is that I think the shading, the hatching lines needs to be a bit more energetic. I think he's doing a little bit of that here in this panel, but it just feels too. It feels too mechanical. The hatching lines, when hatching lines is supposed to be energetic, if I could copy this, and let's just work with this for now, okay? Give me a sec. So what I mean by that is, instead of what he's doing is this, which is fine, but what I want to see from you is this. See how it's more energetic, right? And maybe tighter hatching lines. It looks like it's a bit rushed here, you see these curves all around. It tells me like he's doing this with a pen. With a pen, when you press really hard, it's gonna give you this kind of effect, and then it goes like that. Press really hard, and it goes like that. So it feels a lot more mechanical. It doesn't feel relaxed at all. So But when you're drawing with a pen and you just go straight, like you just let your hand do all the work instead of pressing, and then, you know, it makes it look more energetic. So, for example, if we just do, and also this is supposed to be separate, right? This hand here, here, this is supposed to be separate from this. But what he's done with the hatching lines is just he just lazily did this, right? There's like a tangent here that makes it look like they're not a separate thing. So what I would like to see from half piece is don't do that, okay? The hatching lines for the hand and the hatching lines for what's behind the hand should be different. So what instead do something like this. Wait, give me a sec. Let me instead do something like this. And then separate the hatching lines here. Instead of, you know, lazily just doing this. That doesn't work, okay? It makes it look like you're erasing the thing instead of separating these two entities, right? The hand and maybe that's the shoulder. Yeah. So he does it here again. It feels a lot lazy, but the drawing overall is it looks good, but the hatching lines make it look lazy, okay? I believe he's doing a little bit of what I told him before here, which is really good. Where you kind of just have a gap with the hatching lines. But again, he's doing the same thing here. All right, just lazily doing this line here. I don't even know what this is, because it just feels lazy, man. See? He's just doing this straight thing. It should be a separate entity. This hand and what is the leg? This leg here should be separate. So hatching lines here and then hatching lines here, so that it looks separate. I'm going to submit later. All right, man. Maybe I'll have to review that on another time then. But overall, this is really good. I like more of the stuff he did with the hatching lines here, the cross hatch. This is definitely a lot more detailed than his earlier submission. What else did he submit? He submitted a few. Well, this thing is really good. Okay, these are a lot more energetic. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Let me take a look. Okay, oh, all right, way more energetic. It's a really big improvement. What I would improve with this even further is, I think I've said this before, is maybe just add a white highlight there. I know it's done traditionally, right? You can definitely do something like this in traditional, where you just leave out the edges and have some sort of highlight there. He did it. He does it here a little bit, right? These edges, which is really good. This is a big leap from what he was doing just earlier, right? Yeah, man. Really cool. But that's really just my feedback. But it looks like you've applied that here. Thinner, closer gaps between the hatching lines. It makes a huge difference, right? And that should be it for half piece. Now this one, okay, so this one, it's a bit. The artist who submitted here said that it was his cute demigod. I believe I've seen this painting before, and I think he just copied the drawing, maybe even traced it. I have no problem with that, by the way. It's totally fine if you want to trace a drawing. It's totally cool. But yeah, okay, I'm just gonna judge this just by the way he traced it, okay, or he copied the painting. I think it's really good. Number one, a lot of hatching lines were involved here. Must have took a really long time. Um, and are really energetic hatching lines too, right? Like these are really nice, and you can tell the shape separation between them. Um, it's a useful way to learn. Yeah, it is, and it is. I have I make no It's not a secret that I've also learned from tracing a little bit when I was still learning, and yeah, sometimes I trace. And it's the problem is when it comes to the dishonesty of the trace. Okay, when you say this is your artwork, but really it's traced. Yeah, that's what the problem is. It's not that the fact that you trace; it's the fact that you're dishonest about the tracing. So yeah, that I think that's totally fine. You can do that if you want. Oh yeah, here I found it. I found the artwork. Okay, this is the original artwork, I think, from Jar's drawing, and look how cool this is. Right? See, see right there. This thing. See this thing? I think it's the same. Well, I don't think I know it's the same. See that? So don't do that when you're trying to trace. Okay, always make it clear that you're tracing. Don't be ashamed that you traced it. Um, Especially when you're just trying to learn. I don't even care if you're a professional and you trace something and you made something really beautiful out of the trace. I don't even care about that. I would applaud you all day for doing that. Just don't be dishonest about it. Yeah, that really is where the hate come from tracers. Is because a lot of tracers are dishonest about the trace, and yeah, again, it's a really good drawing, right? It's a cool character, it's a good drawing, but again, it's not really yours. Okay, so I got no real feedback here. I like the drawing itself. But okay, here's our feedback. I would love to see you draw something like this without tracing, because I believe you already have a lot of talent. Because this is not easy to, even if this is traced, this is not easy to do. Okay. Um. So I would like to see you design something or create something of your own in this art style or in this kind of character that's not, copied from another person. That really is my real feedback here. You know. So yeah, again, good drawing. I just feel a bit uncomfortable reviewing it because he wasn't clear in his submission that it's not his. So I don't know what to say about this. Okay, I'm not really into drama or anything like that at all. But yeah. Anyways, that should be it for the submission. There's only two who submitted. Did I miss somebody? Give me a sec. No, I didn't miss anyone. Saying hi to the new members. I feel constructing it and making sense of the product proportions makes you learn critically for art style you want. I think tracing can teach you how to draw things or how the process is drawn. Yeah, like you said, art style. I definitely agree with that. Um, but it won't really tell you the why you're drawing what you're drawing, right? Can you guys give me a sec? My son is here. What is it? Dirty Marcos. You're a snake. You're a snake. Oh, you got me. Sorry, guys. I my son wanted to play with me a little bit. It's okay though. I've given him something to play with, and his mom is there in the room with him. He should be fine. So yeah, where was I? Just drawing a manga. All right, here we go. So the plan today is just finish this entire page. Well, 3 pages. I might not be able to finish all of them in the single stream, but for today, which is a Tuesday, I want to finish all of them, all these 3 pages. If I can do that, that means I could probably finish this by Thursday, all of them by Thursday, and then I got like 3 or 4 more days before a Monday, before next Monday. I should be able to finish extra pages. Okay, I'm just really excited to finally publish this thing, but also at the same time, I don't want to rush it. Whoops. Song's kind of sad. Hmm. It's a huge achievement. Achievement. Hopefully things will go well. Yeah, man. Thanks. I think as long as I stay true, I've learned to trust my guts over the years, especially during the manga competition that I joined. Um, I could have saved a lot of time by just trusting my guts, and therefore could have written a better story. Oh, hey, Half Piece, I just finished reviewing your artwork there. You just missed it. Oh well, you can always rewind this. Where was I? So yeah, I've learned during the manga competition that I should probably just trust my guts sometimes, that I could have saved a lot of time if I just followed through my original plan. Because I wasted a lot of time trying to rewrite my story, and then I ended up right back where I originally planned, which is not good. Does the art review only be manga style? It could be of course, it could be color, man. Whatever you want. I'll review your AA art if you want. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, you can resubmit whatever kind of art that there is. Um, I usually just review the technical part of art because that's where what I'm good at. When I'm saying technical, I mean like the techniques that you use, like the early one, just hatching lines. Um, because I think that's the most fun thing to make, right? No AI, no AI here. Yeah, I was just joking, buddy. I know, I know. I was drawing. I forgot to turn my Wi-Fi. That's okay. You can always rewind the thing, right? So this guy is this guy here. So what's happening in this page is um just a friend, this guy, this um who is chasing her because this guy's in love with her character, but she's like, yeah, nah, I'm not really into that. And she's like, save me from this guy, and it's kind of cute moment. I don't know. I like to make my stuff look like an anime. Hey, me too, man. I didn't used to draw like this, by the way. I just transitioned to being able to draw black and white, like in a manga. Quite recently, when I started in this project. But yeah, I used to draw anime girls too, for the reason, for the exact reason what you're thinking of, you know. I'll leave with the expression like that. I think I drew his face a little bit long. I think it should be something like this. Um, yeah, looks better. Now let's move it down. See more of his face. Yeah, way better. Oh, what was your style like before? Okay. I'll show you to you instead. I do more anime-ish kind of stuff. Oops, my Battlefield stuff. I'm exposing my folders to you guys, okay? Um, where did I put it? Here. Maybe I'll delete some of this. Hold on. It's duplicates. So I did something like this before. Well, actually, give me a sec. Let me just, so I don't ruin my files. And something like this. Again, more anime stuff, just done in my own style. There's a fan art of Diva. I just gave her her own jacket. You know, it's not really Diva from Overwatch, but I was also experimenting with text and on shirt here. So basically, these things I made them on, these things here. I made them on Adobe Illustrator, and I just copy pasted here and used the manipulate tool to put them in place. Looking at it now, it looks really terrible. I mean, this emblem here is kind of wonky now. Again, but it's been a while since I drew something like this. This too, one of my favorites, by the way. This is also one of my favorites. It's one of my OCs. I think I may have a place for this character, which is this character here, in my story. So I might bring her on to my manga. Fan art of Near Automata. And also this girl too. I have a place for her. I think this should be a fan art of Nilo from Genshin Impact. I used to be addicted to that game, by the way. Me and my wife. And this was more of an experiment of the lighting. I love what I did with the lighting here, as well as the experiment for the water. It took me a very long time to get it okay, and a lot of iterations for the water. This was my original character design for my main character, but she's changed quite a lot. Even her powers, right? She doesn't have this anymore. And yeah, that's some of my older artwork. I haven't really drawn like that for a very long time anymore. And honestly, I'm kind of scared to do it again. Because I don't know if I can do. I can. I mean, I've done some cover stuff, but nothing really on that level. I just don't have the time anymore. I'm doing this now, and I don't have it in me. because I just right now I'm just really motivated to draw my own manga, finish this stuff. Maybe I'll come back to it. Come back to drawing stuff like that because I you gotta be able to draw stuff like that when you're working. Since you need cover arts, you know what I mean. I'm debating in my head if I should just draw the other eye since it's off panel. I'll draw it anyway. That was insane artwork. Hey, thanks. I'm sure you could do it again. Would be a bit rendering period, especially if it's been a while. Yeah, I could probably do it again. Here's the thing. I find that I draw. I find that I draw a lot better when I have a good idea. Like, oh, this post. What's going on here? Why can't I draw? Oh, so if I have a good pose, a good concept, um, that more than anything, it will make your art better. A good idea. Uh, I'll show you another artwork, which is this is a commissioned artwork, and I didn't have enough time to finish this thing. Give me a sec. This is very recent. I wish I had more time to finish these. To really get into making this better. But I don't have a good idea. I didn't have time to spend on coming up with a good idea, and so I just have them stand here statically, which is not really good composition. In composition, and this is just basic cell shading stuff. There's not really much going on. The reason why I'm showing you this is because um to show you the difference between what a good idea can do for you. This is a bad example for it. I still like the drawing. I still like the painting, of course. But I wish I had more time to flesh out more poses. Maybe a high camera angle, things like that, right? I still love it though. It's still pretty good to me. I just feel like I can do better. Same here. So this is done in a different style. This is not really cell shaded. This one I had a lot more time, okay, to finish. I even had some background stuff here. Um, but yeah, I'm just trying to find my stride again. But with the other painting, the earlier paintings that I showed you, those those were my top drawings. Really, I showed you my best ones. I think his nose is too big. Erase that. Yeah, so much better. Give me a sec. I'm just gonna get some water. All right, I'm back, everyone. I just had some water. No big deal. I'll draw a little bit of the landscape here. I'm actually trying to hold myself from drawing this landscape shot because I kind of want to record this, but I think I'm into deep in it right now that I we're too late to do that now. Some tables, because again, this is gonna be a party in this shrine thing. Maybe we can add some houses here. The background. Okay. Some rough houses, you know. Perspective is a bit wonky at the moment. I'm not really worried about that. And during this phase, maybe add some people. Yeah. All right, maybe I'll just pause this here since I really want to record this and turn it to the speed paint. Yeah, it's kind of creeped out here. Um, she's greeted by, you know what? I just realized this is here. Whoops! Wait, give me a sec. Made a mistake. Because I'm starting from the left. So she meets Achibi, who should be drawn here a little bit, who is running towards her. And Achibi is this guy here. And he's really excited to see her again after a while. But Achibi is a creep. Well, it's not really a creep. He just has a crush on our um protagonist here. So I'll draw him running. Right here. Yeah. And she's like, oh crap, this creep is here. And but the party starts anyway. I need another page between this and this. Just to actually, you know, it looks fine. What I want to do maybe is replace this painting here. Um, yeah, I don't know where. I think this doesn't belong here. Hmm. I'll have to think about it. Thanks for the critique. I appreciate it. Hey, no worries, man. Yeah, because this doesn't transition well to this, right? Here. I think what will make it better is if this panel here is something else that's not Hikari. And maybe I'll just recycle this panel, this drawing, since it's already finished, into another page, right? Um, because this should pick up here. But this sequence does not make sense if she's already drinking here. I didn't think of that. It's okay. Or what I could do is get rid of this and just change the context of this panel. Um, so she's like, "Oh, I hope this guy is not in this party, right?" But she ends up being chased by this guy anyway. And this could just be something else. Maybe we'll draw Aki here, the second main character. I also need to draw Aki here somewhere. And this should be Aki too. And they should be in the background here. Because this guy is their grandfather. Yes. Oh, hey, Jingo. Glad you liked my artwork on Discord, by the way. I'm sure you'll finish it soon. Oh, yeah, no worries, man. I remember that. It looks really sick, man. But yeah, that's my train of thought right now. I think I'm gonna go with the second option of just getting rid of this and changing the context of this. That's a lot easier. Because this entire plot point of this creep is here anyway is resolved here. Okay. We'll see how it goes. If push comes to shove, I'll just maybe make another page in between that. But that's really the last resort. I'm trying to avoid doing that. I'm avoiding doing that because I don't want to have more pages than necessary. I will actually want to have less pages, okay? How many do I need to do now? One. So let's just get rid of this. And I'm going to have to think of um, a different scenario here. What else do I need to do? Oh yeah, this guy. Um, Miss kwarto lang kayo, eh.
comme un secret que la nuit enlève. Chaque mot dort au fond de l'air et mon cœur respire à l'envers. Les heures glissent sur ma peau nue. Le vent murmure ce que j'ai su. Un écho lent caresse le temps. Tout se dissout impermanent. Souffle du silence, lumière fragile. Un fil d'espoir, un rêve immobile. Souffle du silence, doux et réel. Tu vis en moi comme l'éternel. Sous la lune, un reflet s'efface. Tes pas s'éloignent, la nuit s'embrasse. Mais dans l'air pur, ton nom demeure. Un souffle doux qui me frôle le cœur. Souffle du silence, lumière fragile.
Mhm. Pillowhead, man, what's up? Welcome to the stream, man. I'm kind of rushing it now, which is not good. Okay. Context here is that she's carrying a lot of heavy things. This is just to emphasize that she has super strength. And this guy here is giving a speech how she made the winter a lot easier by doing a lot of things, including carrying supplies from a nearby town back to the village so that everybody can eat. Firewood, rice, meat, fish, things like that. And it's again showcasing her doing that, right? We're gonna add a panel here that's kind of special because this is sort of an introduction to this mayor character, which won't be he won't be that important. But again, I want to emphasize his place in this page, and also here too. Maybe I'll make a special panel, or maybe I can just leave this unpaneled, and we can have a shrine here and the tatami gate here, which in which should be this thing: the shrine here, the tatami gate here, right? Something like that. Or maybe not that high. Maybe I'll just shrine like this. Tatami gate right over here. Okay. Hopefully one day you can go over your philosophy of characters design, like functions versus fashion, how your character is recognized, and the silhouette. Oh yeah, I have a video that I'm writing about that actually, and I have thought of the silhouettes of my characters, and even their fashions. Right, I made sure that they're a bit different, right? Especially here, that they're wearing kimonos, and kimonos usually are um, they kind of look the same when when you draw them, right? So what I do to make that special, for example, is well, she doesn't really need the main character doesn't need that much of a uniqueness to her style because she already has these really distinct ears that you can recognize that oh it's her. She's the only person in this entire world that has those ears, which is a bit of a mystery that I'm trying to allude to, right? These are her friends and they all have different kind of hairstyle and fashion sense, right? One of them wears a scarf, one of them wears this thing or this thing. I think I drew her when he was a kid. Um, give me a sec. Let me go back to my earlier drawings. This is page 13 of the same chapter, and I drew him here when they were a bit younger. Um, yeah, even this bald head guy, he's there too, and this guy too. This person. Everybody is here, okay, and they all have something unique to them. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I made sure there's something unique to them so that they can read really well without even you recognizing or without even introducing them. You'll know who they are. Is this read left to right or right to left? It says left to right. To like how traditional manga. My original drawings were right to left, and I was like, okay, no, I gotta fix that. I gotta make it as close as to like how the Japanese makes it, right? So okay, I gotta edit it. But this is now right to left. Yeah. And in terms of my philosophy, I am introducing my own philosophy here. This is kind of a dark story, but we start off with a something more jovial. I take a lot of inspiration from Full Metal Alchemist and Attack on Titan, where Full Metal Alchemist is a very jovial kind of vibe, right? But when you look closer, the story is actually kind of dark, and I kind of like it. I kind of like that balance. So I'm trying to incorporate some of that here too, as much as I can. Well, of course, with my own flavor, right? It's not like I'm just copying Full Metal Alchemist. And in terms of Attack on Titan, I like how there's this big mystery, especially season one, like this big mystery looming in the horizon. Right? What are the Titans? Who are the people beyond the walls? Things like that, right? I want this unanswered um thing in the beginning. Explaining kind of makes it answered, right? Which should be the dredge, and they're the things that exist outside the barrier. I won't even go into that with this chapter, the dredge. That'll be later on. But we'll just allude to them little by little, right? Okay, should be the fish, and she has a big roll up bag here. Speaking of Full Metal Alchemist, the creator has a new manga anime. Oh, really? I didn't even know that. Well, big fan of him though. I kind of thought that there was still something to be done with Full Metal Alchemist, especially at the end there where it's allude that they have more adventures to the kingdom of what was it called? Sing? The Asian kingdom. Okay, it was alluded that they had more adventures there. So, but I'm kind of glad that it ended like that. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, what is the new one called? I don't know. Demon of the Shadow Realm. Ooh, that's pretty cool. That's a cool title. He does have that Full Metal Alchemist vibe, yeah. That same art style. In this book that I showed you guys earlier, it's Hirohiko Araki tells you that one of the things that will make you a successful mangaka more than the writing is the art style. Or maybe not more than the writing, in my opinion. I think it's like right next to the writing. Not necessarily the art quality. And he makes that really clear. He's not talking about the quality of the art, but he's more talking about the art style, where you have a style where people can point and tell who it's from without even, reading about, the details of the manga or who wrote them. People just know, for example, who Kubo Tite's Taite Kubo is that how you say it. Um, People know his artwork, right? Without even knowing it's him who drew it, or Oda. Um, so yeah, that's one of the things that you have to have is art style that is recognizable. And I'm kind of doing that of my own too, because I for the longest time I've just been copying Kamome Shirahama, and once I read about that in his book, I was like, okay, I gotta deviate just a little bit so that I can claim this art style as my own. The main character looks like Ed and Al Hughes. Yeah, yeah, I can definitely see why you say that.
Lumière douce, éclat du cœur, un peu d'amour, un peu de chaleur. Lumière douce sur nos chemins, elle éclaire ce qui vient. Lumière douce, éclat du cœur, un peu d'amour, un peu de chaleur. Lumière douce sur nos chemins, elle éclaire ce qui vient.
I'm an aspiring manga creator. What would you consider a better way to practice between making one shot stories or a mini series? I think you should start with a one shot. Always, always, always start with a one shot. One of the few things that I wished I knew when I was starting is I should have started with the one shot and not waste my time on um making my own series. Because I kind of I've already mentioned this earlier. I kind of um wasted a lot of time with redrawing and rewriting my own stuff because when I was starting out, you don't really know how to write, or at least I didn't know how to write, and I found my stories to be pretty shit. So a one shot helps you with that. It helps you quickly determine where you are right now with your skills. Um, than a mini series, right? Because with a mini series, you gotta write a lot of stuff. So just start with a one shot. It's less stressful, and there's no expectations for you to do something really cool with a one shot. Make the story simple, and then just go from there. I feel, yeah, I knew Fire Force was the same creator as Soul Eater because they drew. Yeah, 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 exactly. Um, an art style can market yourself. Free marketing. A good art style. What I'm trying to say is a good art style can market itself. So, in terms of success, you'll find yourself more successful if you have a recognizable art style. Not just any art style. It has to be a recognizable art style. Okay. All mangakas have that. There's also a duality to this because I think sticking to this is just my opinion now. Okay, I'm just giving you what I think. If you're working in the art industry, you got to be able to replicate other people's art style too. I guess how you can reconcile both philosophies is that you should be an artist who can replicate other people's art style, but also have your own art style.
Sous la lune, ton ombre m'effleure, je ferme les yeux. Revient ton odeur, une promesse légère et fine se glisse encore entre mes lignes. Parfum de toi, doux souvenir, il me
I'm really making her carry a lot of these stuff, eh? It's kind of comical now. Well, that is the goal, right? It really emphasizes her strength. So I got 6 pages done in my one shot. Nice, man. How many pages do you have planned for your one shot though? Thirty. That's a good number. Just for a one shot, that's pretty good. I kind of wish I started recording this. Well, I am recording it, but I wanted to be a speed paint. So I want usually for speed paint, I record it on another monitor. So it's like a wide shot like this, and then you just see me draw it. It's constructed over time. Hmm. Some bags hanging from the side. That's tied to this rope here. Kind of together. You did research? Yeah, yeah. 30 is a good number. Although I would say less is more. But 30 is already a lot less than what I planned. I think I did 25, 28 pages, something like that for my one shot. For this story. And I'm already making a mini series out of it. Which is this chapter is 60 pages long, more or less. I've written 60 pages, but I found that when I reviewed them earlier today, I was able to remove 3 or 4 pages, and combine them. Just make them into one page instead. So they could be either more or less, because I still need to account for revisions and if I need pages in between them when I finish this. Just playing Death Stranding, guys. Right? Let's get rid of this. Let's add more boxes behind her. Another thing I learned from Komi Shirahama is that you don't have to draw straight lines all the time. I use a ruler and do that, right? Instead of doing this. This is more artistic, and this looks more technical. Um, so if you do that with your landscape, it'll look more rugged. which I like. I like ruggedy looks for the art style. There's a box there. Honestly, I wanted to draw a deer on top of this thing, but that would have been harder, to be honest with you. Okay, I'm being lazy. Sticks with like point sticking out like this, and they tie the fish together. Maybe I should do the same here. Nah, that's fine. It's fine. Are you familiar with the mangaka named Shintaro Kago? He publish he publishes mostly just one shots. He is my biggest inspiration. I've never heard of Shintaro Kago. Okay, maybe I've seen some of his manga. But a lot of mangakas just publish one shots. Really, Jinjo Ito. Um, I think a lot of his work are just one shots or miniseries. Really, he doesn't really does serialization. Not that I know of, anyway. Who else does one shots a lot? I know. Who is the Fujimoto? He started off with like just pumping out one shots after one shots. Okay. But yeah, I've never heard of Shintaro Kago. I'm looking at this artwork now. It looks really freaky. Kind of reminds me of Junji Ito, actually, but with a bit more brighter side of it. Yeah, pretty cool, man. Inspires you? That's sick. Ashley, hey man, hey, welcome to the stream. How's your stream going, mate? My stream's doing well. I'm not sure if you're there anymore because I kind of late responding to you. Sorry. But if you are, my stream is doing great. Thank you for asking. I don't really look at my Twitch as much as my YouTube because there's not many people chatting on my Twitch, so I don't look at it as much. Sorry, Ashley. Um, YouTube is where it's at. Maybe this is like tied up meat, you know? Just giving me Death Stranding vibes, where you have to carry cargoes. I hate that about myself, you know? I always miss Twitch chat because again, there's not much people chatting on Twitch, but occasionally there are people chatting Twitch, and I want to interact with you guys, you know, and it's a bit difficult sometimes. I'm gonna give her boots here. She doesn't normally wear boots, but this is supposed to be winter time, and she's dredging through snow, so boots would make sense. Yeah, something like that. I haven't actually read any new mangas recently. I've been so busy. I'm looking at Snow White with the red hair. I think the artwork looks good, so I might try that. I don't know what it's about though. It looks pretty shoujo-ish. I don't mind that. As long as it has a good story. I'm looking at Fire Punch and a couple of other mangas. I forgot their names, but I have them on my list. But yeah, I haven't really found the time to read them yet. I haven't even finished Witch Hat Atelier. Okay, we'll leave this drawing for now. I still need to add the blacks. That sounds really racist. The black parts, like this. Whoops. Wait.
Je sens encore ton doux détour. Chaque étoile porte ton nom comme une lente confession. Sous ma peau, ton écho respire une chanson que la nuit inspire. Sous ma peau, tout devient clair, ton souvenir vit dans la lumière. Sous ma peau, ton écho respire une chanson que la nuit inspire. Sous ma peau, tout devient clair, ton souvenir vit dans la lumière. Ton souvenir vit dans la lumière.
So that challenge you gotta run. We'll have to catch you next stream. Yeah, man. I'll be streaming on Sunday. I hope. I hope I'll be streaming on Saturday and Sunday. I may stream again tomorrow. If I have time, I'll definitely make up some time to stream. But yeah, you have a nice day too, man. See ya.
Dans le silence, le monde dort, une lumière glisse encore. Sous mes paupières, tout est clair, un rêve pur, doux et sincère. Tes mots légers, brume du soir, flottent en moi, sans vouloir croire. Chaque souffle devient cristal, un instant clair, presque idéal. Rêve clair, sans frontières, un écho d'âme, une lumière. Rêve clair, lent et vrai, je respire un peu de paix. Rêve clair, sans frontières, un écho d'âme, une lumière. Rêve clair, lent et vrai, je respire un peu de paix. Sous la lune, ton ombre se fond, chaque étoile
Oop.
chante ton nom.
Long time no see. Yeah, Val. Been a while. Hey.
Le temps s'efface, tout devient flou, mais
I'm about to end my stream actually, Val. I'm just kind of thinking right now that I want to replace these two characters. Same poses but different characters. Um, yeah, and this person too. Besides that, I just need to draw Aki here and two more characters here. So you just see one character here, this off panel. And yeah, I need to figure this panel out. I forgot. I totally forgot. Mm, this panel is just our hero being embarrassed. Anyway, we did a lot today, I think. I mean, it's what is it? Just a Tuesday. It just turned Tuesday, so I got like 6-7 days to finish all of these pages. A lot of time, I think. But yeah, man, 6 viewers since current viewers. That's pretty. That's a lot on my stream. Yeah. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm gonna end the stream now because I'm a bit tired and I gotta put my son to sleep very soon. I'll be back on Saturday or Sunday, and if I have time tomorrow, I'll stream again. I'll announce it on the Discord. I just noticed that some DJK fans that I got in 2023 fan art anime is probably AI. Yeah. At the moment, I've stopped caring if it's AI or not. To be honest with you, it's there. Like, okay, we're not gonna make it go away anytime soon. I really just stopped caring. I have a video coming about that. I'm not quite sure if I want to talk about AI yet. Um, but I think it is important to talk about AI. As an artist, because I have a different opinion about it. Than everybody else. For example, I'll just tell you right now that, for example, Sam does art, or who else? Who else is our answer? They're all anti AI, right? And in a way, so am I. But the problem is that AI is a reality when it comes to looking for a job now. You're not competing with like people anymore. You're competing with AI. So how are you gonna reconcile that? Um, it's a problem. Anyway, I'll talk more about that on a video or maybe another stream. Great stream, man. Little steps at a time. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Again, I keep yapping. I'm gonna go now. I don't know how to end streams. So I'll see you all next time. Bye bye you.